Okay. Hello.
Hello.
First, could you briefly introduce yourself to the committee, please?
My name is Honza and I'm a student of secondary school Gymnasium Voděracka. My interests are sport. For example, I do triathlon and football. I did football, but I don't do this now. And my other interests are music, visiting pubs, and some other interests like this.
Visiting pubs is an interest.
For example.
So I'm going to ask you some questions about holidays. If possible, give detailed answers. If you don't understand the question, please ask me to repeat it.
Yes, okay.
Okay. So what sort of holidays would you definitely not enjoy?
I definitely not enjoy a holiday in some luxury hotel on a beach with my family, with my mother, for example, because my brother has been on holiday only with my mother and he bored all the time, so I didn't like this holiday.
Mm-hmm. So some people hate holidays. Can you explain why?
I like because they love their work and they want to work all the time, so they don't like that they couldn't work, for example.
And do you think summer holidays are long enough for students?
I think it could be good. It could be great when the holidays will be longer for us.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because we like free time and we don't like learning very much.
And does your country have a lot to offer to tourists?
Can you repeat it?
Yeah. Does the Czech Republic have a lot of things for tourists to do and see?
Yes, I think yes, because we have a great history and the big amount of monuments are here. For example, Prague or other major city in Czech Republic. I think monuments are very very great in our republic, and then we have some place in nature which are also very good to visit. For example, some lakes, some camps, or some beach, for example, etc.
Okay, thank you. Now let's go on to part 2. Look at pictures 2A and 2B in the separate handout.
Yes.
And compare and contrast them in detail. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
So in picture number 1, we can see a tramway. It's a kind of transport in big cities like Prague or Brno. And I think this train is from Berlin, for example, but it takes place in different major city in Europe and America too. In a picture number 2, we can see using bikes to travel for works. I think it's from Amsterdam, for example, because in Amsterdam many people are using bikes for their movement. Then I think the biking is more healthy because it's good for your lungs and for your muscles. You get fit by riding, but there is danger. You can have some accident. You can hurt yourself. The using tramways in city, it's not good for pollution because tramways cost pollution, I think, but you can. Its advantages are you can read a book, for example. You can meet some people. You can talk to other people. I think it's more comfortable. My preferences are I'd like to ride a bike because I like sport and it's a way to get fit, but I don't hate also tramway because I like reading too and I can read some books when I get home.
Okay, thank you. Please could you read aloud the statement on your sheet and express and justify your opinion on it?
Yes, the best way to travel to Great Britain is by car. I don't agree, because I think the best way to travel to Britain is by swim, because I like swimmers that travels English Channel or La Manche by swimming, but it's quicker, it's faster by car, because Eurotunnel is it's amazing construction. And I have never been in Britain, but my friends which has been in Britain said that that's very comfortable, fast, and it's a great kind of transport by Eurotunnel. So I can agree with this.
How would you get to the Eurotunnel from here? I mean, you said swim or...
by bus, for example.
Oh, I see.
To the coast of the sea, and then we can swim.
Okay, thank you. Now let's move on to part 3.
Mm-hmm.
In this part of the task, you are to plan and organise a 3-day stay of English-speaking students in Prague. Now I would like you to describe the stay day by day. Are you ready?
Okay, so I'd like to welcome students on Monday. So their arrival should be on Monday to, for example, Masaryk's railway, and then we should move to some hotel in Prague. So they are accommodated yet. And the first day I like to visit some culture in Prague, in Czech Republic. I would go to Rodolfinum, for example. It's a gallery, and we can see some exhibition of great painters. There are amazing paintings and pictures. It's a culture, and it's exciting to visit Rodolfinum. And then I'd like to show students some sport match, for example to Saska Arena, to hockey, ice hockey, or to some places where they can do some sports themselves. So we can move to Thursday. I would like to go to center of Prague and sightseeing. I think in Prague there are many monuments. They are very famous. I would like to start on Prague Castle, for example. Then I would like to go down to Charles Bridge, and then I'd like to show them Staré Město, old city. There are many monuments. Old Town Square, for example, Orloj. It's a big choice. And then I would like to show them some shops, some artifacts from Prague, some gift for their parents, for example. They should shop in some little shops in Prague. There are many gifts from Prague, and they said that they'd like to sightseeing to the last day. So I would take them one more in Prague and doing sightseeing. And in the time of, for example, 5 hours p.m. They should depart.
Okay. If the students ask to go for a traditional Czech meal, what would you recommend to them?
I would choose some Czech cuisine. In some typical Czech restaurants, I think it's called vepřok nedlozelo, for example, in Czech. It's dumplings, some traditional Czech meat, and some vegetables.
Okay. And What place? You mentioned a lot of places, sightseeing and souvenirs. What places would you not take the students to, and why?
No, for example, to Daring Club in Wenceslav Square, because the Prague is famous from their nightclubs, and it isn't good for students and for their growing.
Okay. Would you give, when the students arrived at Masaryko station, would you give them any advice?
Advice, beware of pickpockets, I think.
Why?
Because in Prague, Prague is famous also for pickpockets. There are many robbers and thieves. It's not good for our reputation, but it's true.
So it's not a safe city then?
I think no. But it's you must pay attention
to your things.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Now let's move up to the last part of the exam. We're going to talk together. Our school magazine has asked students and teachers for advice on learning a foreign language. We should discuss the good and bad points of different ways of learning a foreign language and agree on the most useful ways for learning a foreign language. I'm going to play the role of your teacher.
Okay.
You should start the conversation. Are you ready, Honza?
Okay. I would like to have a private teacher on our lessons. Do you agree?
Why would you like a private teacher?
Because I think private teachers are very good. It's better than Czech teachers, and I think it's more expensive than the typical Czech teacher. But I think it's important to have a good teacher. English teacher is.
So you want to not study here, but go to a private language school?
Yes, it's true. But I think languages are very important in our time, and it's important to have a great teacher. I think the foreign language should teach a teacher that can speak English very good.
So do you think speaking is the most important part of learning a foreign language?
Yes, I think yes. And it's a thing that I couldn't do very much. I like writing, and our teacher that doesn't speak English very good, so I like to have a good speaking teacher.
And what about, do you think that the students would be interested in watching English movies, reading English books, listening to?
Yes, it's very useful. I think, for example, listening to music, you can teach some new words, some new grammar, and it's a good to see English spoken in movies.
So some students say that grammar exercises would be better. What do you think about that?
It's quite boring to make grammar exercises. Some picture, I think I would to give to some exercises.
But students think grammar is important.
I don't think grammar is so important. I think important is speaking, but grammar, I think, for example, people in USA that doesn't use grammar very much. I think it's important to understand, but grammar is not important, I think.
So you think lessons or should be more conversation? Or?
Yes.
And what about other things? Listening, reading?
I think important is speaking to express your ideas, and then to be good in reading. I think it's also important.
So we spoke about many things. So good things, reading.
Yes, and speaking too.
Speaking, and what about the teacher? I can't remember what you said about the teacher. It should be.
Teacher should be good at speaking.
Good at speaking, and should be at a private language school, not at a state school.
State school.
Okay, thank you. That is the end of the examination. Well done, Honza. Well done.